Hey, welcome to Freedom on Fire. This is your boy Robert Brown, Bob TV. How you doing today? Hey, I'm back. I'm back with the vengeance. This is 2017, and we got to get some things in order politically for just in case. Just in case. What do you mean by that? Just in case Donald Trump do something crazy, an onslaught got to come from the people. Just in case he do something great for the people, an onslaught of thank you, we appreciate that, goes toward the people. There's things that I had to come against Obama on, and I campaigned for him, but then there's things that I applaud him for. I've always been that type of person. Same thing with Bush. A lot of onslaught from me, a lot of pushback, but there were some things that I applaud him for. We need to see more positive than negative in these campaigns. Now, I recently sent a video about what progressives need to do. Take off the party hat, become a voting bloc, stop all this other stuff. It's not going to help at all. Fighting among each other is not going to help. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today I'm going to start a series called Punk Politicians. It's going to be a weekly series where I'm going to call out a politician that does wrong by the people who voted them into office. A politician who try to think for the people instead of spending time with the people to hear from the people. We got too many freaking politicians out here making decisions on behalf of what they believe that we should have versus talking to us and asking us. It's just like the man who speaks for his wife instead of talking to his wife. That's the quickest way to get in trouble and get a divorce. You don't speak for her unless you speak to her. Politicians, you don't make decisions on behalf of us unless you talk to us. Obama, you don't put troops on the border of Russia when the people are not calling you to do this. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So my first politician, I was originally going to talk about Cuomo, but I want to talk about punk politician right now in this particular instances, in this particular case, is President Obama. You're making a punk politician move, sir. I understand it, I get it. Your girl lost. You joked Trump and he was worthy of joking, I guess. We took him for granted. We looked at him as a buffoon, and we joked him, and we mocked him, and we said we dropped the mic or dropped the phone on TV talking about at least I'll go down in history as a president, and we mocked him and joked him. I don't believe he's going to ever be president. I mean, I get it, and now you look dumb. You look like a fool. Let's admit it, you do. I would. And you're trying to bow gracefully and act like it doesn't bother you or Joe or any of the corporate Democrats when the progressive was telling you the guy got a chance to win it because he's moving progressive and you guys are not. You didn't listen to us. There you go, making decisions for us without talking to us. And that was what caused Hillary Clinton to lose. And lose badly. Yes, she got more votes, but Hillary Clinton, of all people, know that it's not about how many votes you get, it's how many votes you get in certain states. That's how you win the game. Now, let me digress. Punk politician, right now, you're going out of your office in a week or so. Trump is taking over. Why are you making a decision like this? The American people have no beef with Russia. They should have beef. Why should they have beef when you haven't proven that they were involved in elections? They weren't involved in election, people. They weren't involved in hacking the system. Let me tell you something, you got to hack my mind. These people voted against Hillary Clinton because they did not want her to be president because of what she represents and what her and her husband has done in the past. I didn't need Russia to hack my mind. I looked at the record and said, heaven and hell, no. Take my glasses off. I didn't need the Russians to tell me that. I came to that conclusion. And you, Mr. President, and the coming president, Donald Trump, don't you dare think you know more than the American people. I hear you, Trump. I'm sort of kind of like a smart guy. You think you're the only smart person in this world? Just because you got billions? That makes you a strong decision maker, but that doesn't make you smart. And there's people who have wisdom, and wisdom trumps smartness every time. Well, they should be in positions of power. Why do you think if you got wisdom, you need to be in a position of power? Maybe that is sound wisdom to not be in a position of power. So you, President-elect Trump, and you, current still president, at least for another week, Obama, you listen to the American people before you make any American decisions, because the people run this country. And if you start going against the people, we're going to show you quick, fast, in a hurry that you don't play with us. So, Obama, I understand you feel embarrassed. The man you joked all year for the past 8 years is a president, and he's going to repeal everything that you worked so hard for. I understand that. But why do we got to go on the brink of war for something? I mean, bad enough we're lying about Syria. Bad enough you're participating in the cookie cutter program of calling him a dictator, say he's trying to harm his people. Go in and liberate the so-called people when you're really liberating their sources, their resources, the gold, the diamonds, the oil. That's old. People have not bought into that anymore. That is old school. Nobody's believing this intelligence said. Because intelligence have said a lot of things. Intelligence is not so intelligence. They wrong every time. You think we supposed to believe the CIA? It should be called the CIA. Just because they said it, we supposed to believe it. Come on, people. Even in the reports, there are disclaimers. Okay, let's say some young kid in Russia or some group of hackers in Russia hacked into the DNC. That doesn't mean they work for Russia. We got groups of people that hack into China, that hack into Russia. You think we not doing it? Come on, man. Come on. We the originators of this thing, Star Wars. We're originators of this thing. Don't you dare believe the government when they haven't shown you any concrete proof. And what's so smooth about it, and this how people believe that Obama, now I admit he's one of the best presidents we've had in a while, but this is how Obama and people like Trudeau, pretty boys, great speakers, know how to warm your heart. This is how they get you. Well, if we talk at a monotone voice and show the American people that this is something that is not of our nature, not of our origin, but this must be done for the sake of democracy. We must forget about the people in Flint, Michigan. We must forget about the people in Louisiana. We must forget about people who can't afford legal services. We must just throw them up under the bus in New York, Cuomo. We must just, understand we need the money from the lobbyists so we can run our campaigns. So we had to deny health care or deny people the opportunity to, you see how boring that is? No, you rob people, you threw people under the bus, Cuomo, and I'm going to get you soon. Not today, but I'm going to talk about you, and then we're going to call your office, and then we're going to hammer you, and then we're going to put comments in my voice, man. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to talk about these issues. We're going to talk about the problem. We're going to call these politicians, and we're going to blast them out all over social media. Yes, you. We're going to do this together. And if we need to go out and march against them, we'll march against them, push back against them. We'll let you know the date and time. And we got to get these parties' hats off. If Bernie Sanders decides to hold a rally that's designed to push back against those who are throwing people under the bus who can't afford legal services, and this should benefit me because I offer legal services on a monthly basis as a membership. It's a win-win for me, but internally, morally, it hurts me because I have to sell you into getting something that you need. Most people will rather just go get something that they believe they have a right for. You have a right for legal services, but not according to Cuomo. Now, I'm kind of getting off base. I'm going to deal with Cuomo because he threw the the state of New York elderly and poor people under the bus by denying the funding for legal services. Yes, that benefit me because I can go and offer it to them for $13.95, $15.95 a month. Top-notch legal services, not just here in the state of New York, but all over the country, wherever you go. I can offer that. But like I said, I got to convince people. I got to share this information with people. Right now, I can't win the world. I can't reach out to every New Yorker. But Cuomo could. And he denied and threw the middle class under the bus when it comes to legal services. Cory Booker did the same thing when it comes to prescriptions. And these two punk politicians want to run from office in 2020. I'm going to get to y'all later. I got something for each one of y'all. Let me get back on Obama. Obama, don't go out like this. Be a man's man. Take your losses like a man. Look at your own party and your own party faults. Look at your own candidate. You knew, despite what you said over that stage, you had to be out of your mind to make that statement that she's more qualified than you and Bill. No, she's not. Just because she won an easy seat in New York City twice with no real person to challenge the Clinton name doesn't mean she's all that. Just because she was your Secretary of State for 4 years doesn't mean she was all that. Matter of fact, she sucked as Secretary of State. And that's what people find out about it. People looked at her records and said no and decided I'll take my chances with Trump because I don't care what kind of crap he comes. And far as I care, he's no more than the person down the block. That's how some people looked at it. But he's saying he's going to bring jobs back. He said he's going to get rid of this crooked stuff that's going on in Washington, D.C. He's going to so-called drain the swamp. Now, do I believe that? Well, it definitely doesn't look like it. But that's not the point. The point is, stop blaming everybody and look at your own house. A true leader takes responsibility for his faults and shortcomings, not blame it on other people. And you're going to put us on the brink of war, put troops over there by Russia, all because of some fake intelligence. Didn't consult the American people, didn't get a vote in Congress. You're just doing whatever you freaking want. You got us in 8 interventions without consulting with the American people to see if it's something that they want. When you politicians going to get back to respecting the wishes and desires of the people instead of the military complex? It's all about the corporate interests. It's all about the military complex. You never talk to the American people. You say you do in your town halls, but you don't listen and you don't act. You do that to appease us because you know that we are not aggressive when you don't do right by us. But that is changing. That is changing. You're going to see pushback and aggression. Now, people who watch Bob TV, comment below. Tell me what you think about the politicians making decisions like this without consulting the American people, and what we should do to smack them around in the face, not physically, but some kind of way, whether it's monetarily, commerce, whatever, smack around in the face and let them know you're going to pull back. You're not going to stop pushing things without us. If we have to get you, like my mama said, if I have to take that strap and whoop your behind, boy, to get you to stop doing what you're doing, that's what I got to do. I'd rather talk to you about it and you take me and listen to me and do what I say. If not, that strap coming off. Or she would go make me go get that switch. And that's why I know some people say, I hate corporal punishment. Let me tell you something, I'm not going to argue with that. If it wasn't for my beautiful, wonderful mama putting that strap on us, believe me, there's a few times when she really had to do that. Believe me, it made us more respectful of her. And this peaceful protesting is all right, but we got to get real aggressive in other areas. And they're not going to listen to us unless we do what my mama used to say. Boy, I bought you in, I'll take you out. And that's got to be our philosophy as politicians. I bought your butt in, I'll take you out. So, Cuomo, we put you in office, we'll take you out. Come on. Cory Booker, put you in, take you out. Bernie Sanders, I love you. Put you in, take you out. Always remember, now you get it. It was the people who put you there. Your donors are small. They can't vote like we vote. We vote in huge blocks. Don't you dare think it was the donor money that got you there. Bernie Sanders taught you how $7, a little bit of money from the people, will always beat out lobbyist money, super PAC money. So I'm telling you, politicians, whenever we see a punk move, we're going to call you out. And if it's really something that's going to hurt the working class, we're going to call you out. We're going to hammer your phones. We're going to hammer your Twitter accounts. We're going to hammer your Twitter accounts. We're going to hammer your websites. And we're going to push back. And every time you go out and so-called do a speech, you're going to find a band of brothers out there shouting you down for the bad decision you did. And if you plan on running in 2020 and you're doing crap like this, guess what? Save your money on your exploratory committee. Save your money. We're not going to have you. We're not going to vote for you. Stop it. Don't even think about it. You're dreaming. It's not going to happen. The Progressive Coalition, which are people who are for progressive values, who've taken off their party hats, they're going to push back against you. Now, I'm a conservative progressive. I don't agree with everything in the progressive agenda, but majority of it I do. You know, so anyway, watch yourself. I'm Bob TV. It's time for us, the people, to start doing this stuff strategically. Whenever we see a politician that says they're going to do something great and they're going to sign something great, always look for the but. I see a beautiful woman approaching me. I can't help but turn around after she passed me. I want to see the butt. You know, I like the beautiful frame of a woman. I want to see everything. Don't just show me the front. I want to see the back too. We need to do that with these politicians. Don't tell me you're going to make New York City a place where if you're making $150,000 a year, you get free. You get free education or no-cost education. We need to stop using the word free. No-cost education when you're going to throw millions of people under the bus who need legal services. You got to watch these things. Cory Booker goes out, talk trash about Sessions, but those elderly people who need prescription, or just people in general who can't afford it, under the bus, who couldn't afford it, and all they needed to do was get it from Canada. So anyway, I'm going on and on and on. We got politicians like that, and we got to push back. We cannot let them slip these things in us. When we see it, we got to call them and blast them on the phone, huge numbers, and let them know, we ain't voting for you. As soon as you start talking about running in 2020, we're going to start talking you down on public, on social media and everything. Number two, we got to start hitting their phone lines. Then we got to start hitting the Twitter accounts. We got to start hitting the Facebook page. Then we got to start going everywhere they go to do their so-called populism talk and let them know that you're a hypocrite. Nobody's going to believe that when you're doing this. You're just trying to run for president. That's all. We smell you and we see you. And you stink and you don't look good. I'm Bob TV. Peace.